Hey everybody, welcome to Blood Bowl. I'm Complacent Badger.
And I'm Gympy.
And we're in Blood Bowl 2!
Woohoo!
Yes, excited. Very excited. We're going to be going through the campaign together. I have only done the first mission so far. The first match, I should say. So we're going to start a new one with you here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead, but you know, it's not terribly far ahead. It's just mostly to keep things interesting.
Alright. So we're going to get it started. I know Bob and Jim start talking right away, so we'll try to keep quiet, but we may have to laugh and joke about it.
Correct.
Good evening to all you Cabal Vision viewers out there in the old world and beyond. I hope your crystal ball is fully charged. If not, find yourself a wizard and chain him to it. Because the 25-13 season promises to be one hell of a show, doesn't it, Bob?
It sure does. Oh, and iron, Jim.
Iron what, Bob? Your shirt?
Chains, Jim. Iron chains for chaining up your wizard. Iron is best. It's harder to enchant than steel or silver. Oh, and don't forget to break their fingers as well.
Thank you, Bob. Yes, fascinating. And we may come back to that later. In the meantime, all you sports fans should keep it here on brand new Cabal Vision HD. But what about all you new viewers who are joining us for the first time? How would you explain a game of Blood Bowl to someone who hasn't experienced the joy and delight of it before, Bob?
Firstly, I'd say, under what toilet in the realm of chaos have you been hiding? Then I'd begrudgingly explain that Blood Bowl is a visceral, violent sport where two teams of players must get an inflated pig bladder or ball across a large field into the opponent's end zone by any means necessary to score a touchdown. The catch? There's only one ball, and the opposing team is trying to do exactly the same thing. A match lasts for 2 halves of 8 turns. The team with the most touchdowns wins.
Very nicely summed up, Bob. So, what about the teams? It promises to be an interesting season, especially for the Reikland Reavers. Let's remind ourselves by taking a quick look what happened in their final game last year.
Okay, so this recap is the same one that they did as kind of like a teaser trailer for the campaign of like 2 or 3 months ago, right?
Right, I believe it is. And so is this little clip they're about to show you. So if you have to do the initial gameplay trailer that they showed, I think it's, or no, the initial campaign trailer. It's just this whole thing.
Yeah, and so they're taking it very much like bare bones, like you don't know what Blood Bowl is, kind of aim at this.
They don't seem
Correct. And it's, I mean, it's a nice little way to get everyone engaged. It's not, you know, it's nothing too intimidating. Bob's description of Blood Bowl is pretty much on point.
Absolutely am in love with that description. Might start using it myself.
So I mean, it's pretty good.
Why haven't they been fired yet, Jim?
And then they
The word is,
yeah,
Bob,
well,
that
they're back.
J.J. Griswold Jr. hasn't got the cash to replace them.
Yeah? Oh, Griswold was once said to be even richer than you, Jim. He's now down to his last few pennies after paying the likes of Griff Oberwald his massive wage for several decades. I guess he'll just have to put up with using last season's dregs. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's see how they do in this preseason match.
and we have now established plot.
Yeah, so that's good. Very big baseline for anybody playing who has no idea what Blood Bowl is, and established minor plot. Name drops like Griff Overwald and things like that. That's pretty cool. So it looks like we're going to be playing a one-off with the Siegfriedhof Saints, and we just have to show them that we're better.
Yep. All you have to do, according to your objectives here, is just score a touchdown, and then you're good.
Cool.
And I think it's a nice way to make sure that when you're first starting, you don't have to drag through the whole game.
Yep.
So. Well, let's see how the Reavers get on. It's their first match under the leadership of the new coach in a preseason friendly.
Never use the word friendly in connection with Blood Bowl, Jim. You'll end up getting sued for false advertising.
Very, very true.
Okay, let's take a look.
It's always weird to me that Bob, when he's done talking, always like does a squared look above Jim's head, and then it zooms in on the crystal ball.
Welcome back.
It's important to know that the area. What is he's admiring that hair?
It really
it's
is.
Good hair.
And when they say Cabal Vision HD, one of the clips that came up talking about various things, like Jim says during games, says that it's high destiny instead of high definition. Very funny.
Oh yeah.
So throughout it, you're also going to have an assistant coach, and I assume that he continues throughout the campaign trying to help you.
Yeah, he does. He pops in for the first few, definitely, to tell you the basics of things, such as how movement allowance work, how the block dice work, things like that.
Cool.
But for the first match, the only thing you're essentially dealing with is movement allowance. They've really stripped down the mechanics so that if you've never played before, everything is super easy for you.
Cool. So, yeah. For the most part, I'm going to be ignoring Helmet, at least in these first beginning games.
What? Ridiculous. He's so important.
For anybody that doesn't know much about Blood Bowl, which it'd be really crazy that you're finding this without anything known about Blood Bowl, but the tutorial seems like it's a good enough first go at Blood Bowl, so I would suggest just rocking that instead of listening to us babble about it. This is more.
Agreed.
This is more for getting to the meat and potatoes of the campaign. We'll just go through the tutorial because it's exposition.
Right.
I can complete all of the roles.
It's also important to note that during this tutorial you have an unlimited game clock.
Oh, you do?
So a new player, potentially speaking, could take as much time as they need to figure things out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it has so far lasted through at least 4 matches.
Okay, so I see that you fail your first dodge no matter what.
Yeah.
Alright. And
then you will never fail a dodge again.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it causes a turnover, so...
It does not. They won't bring in turnovers until later. So, until then, everything you do is just success. All of the success.
I feel like some players in the league play this style of game all the time.
You know, I'm starting to sense some bitterness there.
Just messing with you. Alright, end turn. Ow. So, human on human, they made it very simple, if not a little boring, but I guess it makes it easier to, if you're just trying to understand one race instead of 2 at the same time.
Right. And honestly, at this point in the game, I don't even think if you're doing this with the intent of learning, I don't think you would notice the difference anyway.
Yeah,
like, I think they could have put any models over there. I think they just picked humans because it allows them to use the other races later in the game to say, hey, check out all the cool things that these other races do. But if you're learning, you wouldn't know that. You would just be like, oh, okay, elves, whatever. So elves are like humans, but with different character models, even though it's obviously not true.
Yeah, very true. Alright, so did a real fast burn there. Other than the scripted failure of the dodge, I couldn't fail anything, so just went for the stupidest plays possible and scored a touchdown. So, being that was a fast one, after a little bit of exposition towards the end, we'll end it. At the beginning of the second mission, they have us build a team, so we'll name all that off camera, and then we'll be back with you. So let's
that sounds like a pretty solid plan.
let's get the exposition out of the way.
Well, you look at that. The Reavers won.
Yeah, but the Saints whipped out early.
Hold on. I have shocking news. JJ has fired the whole Reavers squad.
Not that shocking, Jim. Griswold's having a clear-out before the 25-13 season gets underway. One default win against no-hopers like the Saints ain't gonna cut it. He should have done it sooner.
So if the whole squad's been sacked, where's this new coach going to find his team, Bob?
JJ's a cunning old devil, Jim. My contacts say he can get a whole squad of fresh-faced wannabe new players from the rejects found on that reality Cabal Vision show, Reikland Ain't Got Talent.
Sounds like a risky strategy to me, Bob.
Risky, Jim? I've seen snotlings come up with more competent plans.
Okay, so we'll leave it right there, and we're going to hire this squad up, and then we will introduce the new Reikland Reavers in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll be back with Gympy on the next one.
Have a good one.